let's be honest, public speaking doesn't come naturally to everyone. Some people get very nervous, and a potentially great speech turns into a hot mess.
Yeah, you might experience what this best man did in the movie The Wedding Ringer.
Chris and I first met, well, Chris and I have known each other since, Chris and I, you know, we did stuff together.
It all goes downhill
Chris.
from there. It was like, and it's actually Bob. It's the name anyway. Terri Sjodin is a communication expert and author. She's here to help us avoid public speaking disasters. Welcome to the show. Your client list includes CEOs and members of Congress. What were some of the most common mistakes reported and observed?
So it's a great question. And look, I think we've all been there. We might have one chance to share our message with a key decision maker. And the question is, you know, will you be ready or will you just wing it? And the gift is you don't have to wing it. There is a strategic framework to get you there. And there are these common mistakes that people make that if you can avoid them, you can really set yourself up for success, whatever the occasion is, whether you want to get a win or a deal or you're on a job interview, whatever that opportunity is, you can make it work for you rather than having the fear work against you.
Okay, so let's talk about getting it to work for you. Your tips can actually work for anyone, even kids. So with easing that anxiety before, let's say, a public speaking event, a presentation in front of a class, what do you suggest we do?
So in the research study that we did for the book Presentation Ready, there were 3 key mistakes that really rose to the top that consistently happened for people. The first mistake was that people have a tendency to wing it. The second one is that they didn't have an ask. They would kind of conclude, but they didn't close. And the number one biggest mistake that most people self-confessed that they made was that their talks had become far too informative versus persuasive, like they kind of data dumped. So the key here, whether you're a Girl Scout selling cookies or whether you're going for a job interview, whether it's in-person, virtual, or hybrid, the key is to ask yourself, what are my most compelling arguments? What do I want to happen as a result? And how can I really help myself to stand out when I'm given that opportunity?
Wow, those are some great tips. How do you hide your nerves, though? If you're sweating or have a shaky voice, it feels like an episode or Eminem's Lose Yourself.
So, yes, feeling nervous is normal. There are 2 things to remember. The first thing is to give yourself a little positive self-talk, right? So instead of thinking, oh no, this is gonna suck, I'm gonna blow it, this is gonna be horrible, I'm freaking out, I'm nervous. Whenever you hear that voice, try to change it to work for you versus against you. Say things like, okay, this is gonna be great, I'm prepared, I'm here to win. We all want this to be successful. And when it's all over, I'm going to get the job, or I'm going to get the win, or I'm going to get the sale, whatever it is. Just think about a positive outcome so that you'll attract that rather than a negative outcome.
So look in the mirror and be like, you is smart, you is
kind.
You is kind.
Okay, so when you're already nervous, it may be hard to stop yourself from using filler words like, like, or just keep saying, you know, I knew Chris over and over. How can you stop yourself before this actually happens?
Such a great question. So one of the things you can do is just simply slow down. One of the reasons we use filler words is that your brain is moving just a little bit faster than your mouth is moving. So if you can just slow down, and then number 2, give yourself the grace to be in the silence. It's okay to have a little silent pause. You don't have to fill in the gap. And what's happening is that your mind will then start to work with you. So you slow down the cadence. Maybe you have a little pause. Maybe even have a moment of reflection, and it shows the listener, whether you're speaking one-on-one or one-on-one 100, that you're present and that you're really considering what's being said in the conversation.
All right, some great tips. Control the pace, enunciate. I've always been told breathing is very, very important as well. Terri, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
I appreciate the time, and I hope everyone will be one step closer to being presentation ready in the future.
All right, we'll be right back.